Hey, guys, and good morning to you. This one pretty much goes out to the black community because it's time for me to say this. It's time for me as a white person to say this and to just kind of throw it out there. Now, any black person who's willing to have a discussion and not an argument and not be ignorant and not, whoever wants to talk and have a discussion, feel free to do a counter video to this one or comment below. But here's my thing. Here's what the title of this one is going to be Stop Trying to Close Doors, because you guys need to wake up and realize that Black Lives Matter does not have your agenda, does not have your goals at heart. Explain to me, someone from the black community, explain to me, what opportunities do I have today that you do not? Because I'll be honest with you, I am looking at, in the next couple of months, of losing a part of my income that I have had for over 18 years. And that scares me. However, being in America, I have an opportunity, before that income stops, to start generating another income. I have that opportunity because I am a free American citizen, and so do you. As a black American, you have the opportunity to go and generate, using the internet or using whatever skills you may have to your benefit, to generate an income. You have the same opportunities I do. And if there's an opportunity that I have to generate an income that I'm missing, that I have that you don't, please comment what it is below. Because here's the thing, I'm missing it. I am missing it. Please explain to me the opportunities that Obama, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Bill Cosby have had that you do not. Please explain to me the opportunities that these black people have had that you do not. Please explain to me the opportunities that they have had that I do not. Explain to me what rights you are fighting for, because I'm at a loss. Because you think that white people aren't racially profiled. Well, I'm here to tell you that yes, we are. White people are just as racially profiled in predominantly black areas as black people are in predominantly white areas. Because my husband works downtown at a hospital, and every single time we go down there to pick up his paycheck, it finally got to a point where we had to get direct deposit, because I got tired of having the cops follow us or having the cops stop us to ask us what we were doing in that area. I mean, really, they would. Now, don't get me wrong, I never had them pull a gun on me, never had them rip me out of the car, never had them throw me on the ground, because anytime we were stopped, we did comply with what they asked, and if they asked a question, we did answer it, and we weren't assholes about it. But we were racially profiled because we were in a predominantly black neighborhood, and we were being white at the time. So, I hate to tell you this, guys, but black community, you didn't corner the market on being racially profiled. I know some of you think you have, and I know some of you think you are discriminated against because blah, blah, and blah, blah, blah. Okay? And, I don't doubt that there isn't police brutality. I know there is. I also know that there is racism on both sides. But I also know it is getting ready to play out. And on its way out, it's going to try to do a lot of damage. Don't let your lack of historical knowledge destroy things you don't know or you don't understand. Don't let these people take away statues, flags, memorials, landmarkers that could very well have been a part of the history that shows where you came from and how you've got to where you are today and where you're going, simply based on the fact that you don't know, and simply based on the fact that they sound important. Because any asshole can sound important. Hell, I put on glasses, do up my hair, and match my hair ribbon, my glasses to my shirt, and I look like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Do I? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. You know, that's for you to go find out. You have access to the internet. Go find out. Stop waiting for the media, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, some asshole on the internet to tell you your information. Stop being so lazy. Stop letting people close doors in your lives for you. Stop letting people limit you. I mean, seriously. How limited? What? Explain to me, someone, please, from the black community, what right are you fighting for that you don't have? Explain to me what rights, what opportunities that Tyler Perry, the NFL, the NASCAR, the basketball players, all these black millionaires who are playing baseball, football, hockey, soccer, basketball, all these black members who are millionaires. Explain to me, Bill Cosby, Tyler Perry, Obama. Explain these people to me that apparently had some opportunity being black that you do not. Explain to me some right they have that you do not. Explain to me why they made it and you can't. And then come back and explain to me why you hate them for making it. Exactly. Come to me and explain to me why. I guarantee you, Bill Cosby, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, I guarantee you they have been called sellouts, coons, and every unimaginable name in the book by the black community because they've made it. See, here's the thing. When a white person sees another white person that has made it, we go, yeah, that's great. They've made it. Yeah, and we cheer them on. We cheer them on. We cheer them to the top. We watch them rise, and we back them, and we support them, and we give them the go-ahead. The black community looks at a black person and goes, sell out, coon, suck up for the white man. The fuck? And the black community wonders why they're not making it. They don't support their own. They don't support themselves. They burn, loot, destroy their own neighborhoods. And then they want to come over to predominantly white neighborhoods, the Black Lives Matter so-called leader, and goes, we want the white man to hand over their shit. Really? What would you do with it? Explain to me if I just left my house and everything in it and just said, come on, black neighbors, come on, black people, move right in. What would you do with it? First off, you didn't earn it, so I know you wouldn't know how to respect it. What would you do with it? Explain to me, someone from the black community, why you think anyone in my community, and when I say my community, note this, because I've said it before. I have black, Mexican, white neighbors. We are pretty much an eclectic mix of all races and nationalities in the neighborhood that I live in. So, with that being said, explain to me why you think we owe you a goddamn thing. Why is it you think the white, first off, why do you need the white man to hand you anything on a silver platter? Why is it your lazy ass, and yes, I said it, Mr. Black lazy ass community, why is it you think the white man owes you any goddamn thing on a fucking silver platter when your black counterparts had to work for what they have? I didn't see anybody hand Tyler Perry a goddamn thing. I didn't see the white man hand Tyler Perry a goddamn thing on a silver fucking platter, but yet he made it. But I know for a fact that the counterparts, his black counterparts, have called him names, have called him a sellout. And I know this because I've heard him say it. I've heard the man himself say it. I've heard Tyler Perry explain how the black people have called him a coon, an Uncle Tom, a sellout. I've heard it from the man's own mouth. So, Google that, okay? Explain to me how Bill Cosby, Oprah Winfrey, explain to me how Steve Harvey, explain to me how these people, these black people who are supposed to be so oppressed and suppressed and depressed and all this other pressed shit have made it, but your lazy ass can't. And then you're looking for me to support you. I'm sorry, why, if you're so independent, why are you looking for the white man to hand you shit on a silver fucking platter? I don't understand it. I don't understand how come Black Lives Matter is trying so hard to get the black community to act as though or believe that the white man owes you something. Here's the thing. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves over 400 years ago. And at that point, you were given everything the white man's ever going to give you. And, you know, it's time for that to be said, and I'm sure somebody's going to call me a hater, and oh my God, she's racist, and, you know, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Here's the thing. When Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, you were given, black community, everything we were ever going to hand you on a silver platter. All at one time. You were given freedom, opportunities, and rights. And with that, you fought for and won the right to vote. And with that, you fought for and won the right to non-segregation. And with that, your ancestors broke open many fucking doors that you now do not have to break open. All you have to do is keep them open, and you are allowing these agencies, so to speak, because I don't even really know what they are. For lack of a better term, we'll call them an agency. Black Lives Matter is trying to shut every door that your ancestors kicked wide open for you. Okay, so if, again, explain to me today in the 20th century what fucking rights you're trying to fight for that you don't have, that I as a white person would have. And I'm so tired of hearing white privilege, because let me tell you, white fucking privilege, what the hell is white privilege? And are you fighting for black privilege? Because I don't understand. Like I said, when I go into a predominantly black neighborhood, I don't have fucking privilege. I have no more fucking privilege of not being racially profiled than you do when you come to a predominantly white neighborhood. And am I saying it's fucking right? No, it's not right. It's not right for me to be profiled any more than it is for you. But I guarantee fucking to you, I've never been criminally bound to do ignorant shit. So when the police pull us over and they ask what we're doing, we don't sit there and go, well, you don't have the right to pull us over. You don't have the right. No. Because that's ignorant. That is fucking ignorant. Because obviously, officer feels like he has the right to pull us over, because I would venture to guess that the white people he deals with in a predominantly black neighborhood, probably, I would say 8 out of 10 times, are there to buy or sell drugs. They are there to 8 out of 10 times commit some kind of crime. They are there 8 out of 10 times to stir up some kind of bullshit. So, here's the thing. If you walk by me and 8 out of 10 times you slap me in the back of the head, every fucking time you walk by, I'm gonna duck. So if 8 out of 10 goddamn times the cops pull a white person over in a predominantly black neighborhood, they're committing crimes, of course. Every time they see a white person, they're going to pull them over. The same thing in a white neighborhood. It's just the same thing. Is it racial profiling? Of course it is. Is that their job? Yes, it is. It is their job to act upon what they deem suspicious activity. And if suspicious activity means your ass was white driving through a black neighborhood, they have the right to make that determination. Especially, and here's what you people don't get. Here's what you don't fucking get, black community as well as white community. When the cops are racially profiling, think about this. They are trying to keep criminal activity out of your neighborhood. They're trying to keep criminal activity out of your neighborhood. When they stop me because I'm white in a predominantly black neighborhood, it's because they are trying to stop white people from bringing or buying drugs or weapons in your neighborhood. Something to think about, isn't it? All of a sudden, that racial profile just took on a whole new meaning. Wait a minute. You mean they racially profiled somebody because they're trying to protect me and my neighborhood? Holy shit. They're not doing it because they have nothing better to do. Because I guarantee you, I've seen some cops, and I'm not, but I've seen some cops sitting on the sideline, kind of passing the day, parked here and there, that have nothing better to do. And I guess that's good, when you're not on a call. taking a break, whatever. But here's the thing. If the cops are out there trying to protect your neighborhood, when they stop you, if you're not doing anything wrong, then what is the problem with complying with what they ask you to do? Because 8 out of 10 times, they're not approaching you to harm you. They're approaching you to make sure that A, you're okay, and B, you have no ill intentions towards the neighborhood that you're in. And I don't see that as a bad thing. I don't see that as a bad thing. If I'm coming into your neighborhood and 8 out of 10 times white people have been known to bring guns, drugs, criminal activity into your neighborhood, and the black cops pull me over because they want to make sure that I'm not a threat to your neighborhood, why should I have a problem with that? Why should I have a problem? Why should you have a problem with them making sure your neighborhood or my neighborhood is safe? And what does it take? 2-3 minutes out of your day? I don't see a problem with it. And I don't make a problem with it. And like I said, I've had this done to me a few times because my husband has worked at the hospital he works at downtown, and probably he's worked there, I would venture to say 10, 11 years now. And so before we got direct deposit, we had that happen to us quite a few times. But you know, guys, just because you tear down a statue, burn up a flag, disrespect the American flag, it doesn't undo the history. And though all of the history is not beautiful, it still is history. And it still is history that your ancestors, my ancestors, died for. It is still history that your ancestors and my ancestors fought for. And it is still history that led us to where we are today. And keep in mind, you aren't oppressed. You aren't suppressed. You aren't depressed. I mean, you may be lazy. You may be undereducated. You may be living off welfare and food stamps and public housing with 5 kids by 5 different men because that was your choice. Like I said in a previous video, education is and can be free. Take your ass to a public library. Educate yourself in any area of whatever the hell it is you want to be in life. Educate yourself for free at the public library. And then take that knowledge to any college of your choice and apply for a scholarship based on your academic achievements and level. I guarantee you, if you work hard enough, you can get a free ride and education at any school of your choice. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. And I'll tell you what, if you're black, you probably have a better chance because of the whatever they call it act, where, you know, and I can't think of it right now off the top of my head, but you know, where they have to have the black people fucking, I can't think of the name of it, but anyway, I'm sure somebody will, and I'm sure I'll be racist for saying it, but schools are more apt to take in black people because of the I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head, but I'm sure somebody watching this video can, so comment it below. But you know what I'm talking about, where the Minority Act, I guess we'll call it the Minority Act, students and employees and all that. So you have a better chance of getting into that school on a scholarship than I do if you have the same knowledge I did. So if your entire issue is that you're undereducated and you feel like someone is getting something better than what you're getting, feel free to go to a public library, educate yourself, and then go and apply for a scholarship based on that knowledge. And if you don't get it the first time, go back to the library and educate yourself some more. Here's the problem. Actually, it's not a problem, but here's the thing. You are not now, nor have you been in the last at least 200 years, suppressed, oppressed, or depressed. What you have been is lazy, lied to, and bullshitted by a lot of these organizations like Black Lives Matter and Black Panthers and Antifa and the KKK. They've all told you can't. And you've probably had parents tell you that you can't. And that's even sadder, because a lot of black people have spent generations telling their kids that, you know, the white man owes you something. They really don't. A lot of the black community, their parents have spent generations telling them that you'll never get ahead, you'll never be anything. I personally know a black family that specifically lived in public housing, who taught their child how to break off and get their own public housing, and then that child had a couple of kids and taught their children how to break off and have and get public housing. And that was their goal in life. That was their goal in life, was how to get free housing and free food. So, and yeah, I mean, whereas that didn't have to be. That didn't have to be a thing. But that was a choice that family made, and that was a choice, the legacy that family chose to live. And if that's what you choose, that's your choice, and it doesn't have to be your choice. You can live in public housing. And let's take I can't think of it. Whoopi Goldberg. Let's take Whoopi Goldberg for example. A perfect example, guys, of how you can start out in public housing on welfare and food stamps and make it all the way to where she did. And I guarantee you, if you go ask her, she will tell you not a goddamn thing was handed to her on a silver platter. She was in public housing, she was on welfare, she was on food stamps, and I know this for a fact, guys, because I heard her speak of it. Heard her speak of it. And she made it all the way to where she is right now. And I tell you what, there's not a movie that she has made or been in that I haven't absolutely enjoyed. And from her own people, she has been called many names. And it's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So I say this to Black Lives Matter. To think that I owe you something because I'm a white person, don't you ever fucking think for 1 minute, because of the color of my skin, that I'm going to bow down, cow down, and kiss your ass or hand you anything on a silver fucking platter just because you think I owe it to you. Because all you're doing is admitting that you can't make it without the white man giving you a handout. Do you ever look at it that way, Black Lives Matter leader? I'm supposed to hand you my house. All white people should just give up their house to black people. Why? Why are you telling them that they can't make it unless we hand it to them on a silver platter? Why are you doing that? Why are you suppressing your own people? Why are you bullshitting your own people? Why are you lying Black Lives Matter to your own people? Why are you trying to have these people under the impression that they cannot get what I have unless I hand it to them? How ignorant is that? Black people, stop listening to this bullshit. They really want you to believe that you cannot have these glasses, this shirt, this house, this camera, unless I give it to you? What the hell? You can't have what I have as a white person unless I hand it to you? That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's exactly the mantra, the bullshit, the rhetoric that these people in this organization are trying to make you believe. I have to give you my house because you can't go get it for yourself. Wow. Really? That's something to think on, isn't it? Why are they trying to tell you you can't instead of telling you you can? Instead of showing you how to do it? Why is it I have to come tell you as a white person that it's not true? Why is it as a white person I have to tell you to go to the public library and educate yourself and then go and apply for a scholarship? Did you know you could get a Pell Grant that you don't have to pay back? Did you know you could apply for student scholarships that you don't have to pay back, and you can get a total education for free? It requires work. It requires you not being lazy. It requires some effort. But anybody who's been successful will tell you that they've had to work for it. I guarantee you, Steve Harvey, Tyler Perry, Bill Cosby, I guarantee you, Oprah Winfrey, none of these people had shit handed to them on a silver goddamn platter by the white man. I guarantee you everything they had, they worked for. And I guarantee you that you can get it too if you work for it. Stop waiting for me or my counterparts to hand you shit on a silver platter. If you want something, go earn it.